Okay there, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, I got a. I don't really know what this is going to be. It's mainly just, like I mentioned in my update video, that I got a PS4, and I just want to kind of show the games that I got for the PS4. I can't remember if I actually got all of them here, but, yeah, I guess we'll just show this off. So, in no particular order, because I really just don't really know, actually, of what I got when, because it kind of blanked me. So we'll start with the game I'm playing currently right now, and that's Tales of Berseria, right here. Yes. So this is wow. I don't really know what to say about this other than there's a few bits of fan service here and there, let's just say, and other than that, it about 40 hours into it, and it doesn't seem like it's going to come to an end right now. So, yeah. So far, it's a good game. It is a very good game. I'm not too sure when it's going to end, but the story seems to be okay. Not exactly the greatest, but up there. It's above average, and even when we're in a decent range. I definitely like the graphics. Graphics are awesome. Sound. I don't know. Like it's just even this generation of games, just music has just kind of lost its edge a little bit. Like I remember in Tales of Destiny, back in the day, just kind of going like awesome. Like it's just awesome. It has like a soundtrack where you can listen to the music, and I was like, ah, oh, great. And this just, I don't know, it has its moments, but other than that, good game. Totally recommend it. I haven't beat it yet, but it is good nevertheless. Definitely good. The next one is another one that I mentioned in my update video, and that's Dragon Quest Builders. It's a Day 1 edition. I don't really care if it's a Day 1 edition or not, but it is a fantastic game. I already gushed about it in my update video. So it is a alternative version of basically almost like, I would say, a Dragon Quest 2. Because it takes place after the first one if you sided with the Dragon Lord. So basically it is the dude here, who's the builder, he or she, because you can be a female or a male, and you just go around basically rebuilding Elfgard. Basically one region after another, just until you basically... I don't want to get into too much spoilerific, because I did pass this game, and it's pretty damn good, because one, it has a remix soundtrack of, I think, at least the first 4 Dragon Quest games, like a range soundtrack. But the greatest thing is that you can actually like build something to have the original soundtrack to this game, and it's like nostalgic, like up the yin yang, basically. Definitely great game if you're into Dragon Quest. Definitely good. Awesome. Very Minecraft too. I want to put it very Minecrafty. Okay, so sorry about the cut. I just wanted to get everything in order and talk about the games I've actually played. And other than that, the next one is Final Fantasy X and X-2 remastered. Basically, if anything, it's the same as the PS3 version, maybe a little bit shinier, more polished to the like stuff to it. Might be slightly smoother in like feel, if that, you know what that is, but basically the same thing. Can't really actually say it's any better than the PS3 version, except as smoother, basically. And I don't know if it has any more like additional scene. It has, obviously, same thing. I don't know if the actual... It might be 1080, actually. I'm not too sure if the actual PS3 version is 1080 or 720, but this is 1080, obviously. So, it's Final Fantasy X with a lot of polish, I have to say, so that's great. And then I'll talk about that one last. And the next one is DSX Mankind Divided. This is in a steel case, obviously. I got the special edition, or collector's edition, or whatever you want to call it. It had the figure, art book, steel case, bells and whistles, and all that. And I literally paid a fraction price for it, because that's the only reason why. Because I was going to get the game anyway. I was going to get the original version, and then basically Amazon had a huge sale on the collector's edition, and I was like, why not get the collector's edition? So I got the collector's edition. I got like stuff with it, and I'm like, why not? So yeah, I think it might even come with a soundtrack, actually. Did it? No, it doesn't. Okay, no, it doesn't. But yeah, Mankind Divided, and I should point out that I am a sucker for steel cases. I love steel cases, and like anything I can get steel case with, I'd probably get it. Most likely get it. And there's some questionable steel case movies that I got because they were steel cases and they were cheap. But I'll get into that another time. But anyway, DSS Mankind Divided. Have not passed it. Reminds me definitely of the last one, Human Revolution. I don't know. It didn't really get too much like good reviews. Other than that, I hear the ending is kind of like dry, but I have not made it that far. But other than that, what I see, I actually really like it. So I'm like, sweet, go with it. So it's good. If you like the last one, you'll probably like this one. I guess minus the story. The story so far is okay for me. Some of the side missions are kind of like meh, but other than that, what I see is okay. Cool, awesome. And now, the reason why I got my PS4 the first time. I mentioned it in my update video. I'll mention it again in this one. When I got my PS2 back in the day, the first game that I got was the reason why I got it, and that was Final Fantasy X back in the day. And I figure that I guess the tradition is every even number of, I guess, the PlayStation, if it goes that far, I'll probably have to get a Final Fantasy for the first one, because this is the only game that I really kind of figured that I really wanted to play and buy a PS4 for. And that's Final Fantasy 15. Coming into this, I really didn't think that this would be a system seller for me, but in actual fact, it is. It is definitely a system seller, especially if you like Final Fantasy, because I really don't know how to actually say it other than pretty much it's different yet feels the same. It feels like old. It feels like 10. Like I said, it feels like 10, Kingdom Hearts, and even a little bit of 6 in there. And I'd like to elaborate on that, but it's getting into spoiler territory there, so I don't really want to do that. Other than that, 15, great game. Feels like Kingdom Hearts, plays like Final Fantasy X, with a little bit of Final Fantasy 6 in there. And great dialogue. The voices are fantastic in it. The side missions are a little on the tedious side, but still engaging. Somewhat open world. Like, I would say a semi-open world. But a great world to explore, nevertheless. Let's just say. Story, I'd probably have to check out the movie before it, and maybe the animated thing, I guess, I guess, before that also, and read into a little bit of the story, because the story kind of puts you in there. I didn't play the demo, obviously, because I didn't have a PS4 at the time, but I probably could actually play the demo. But other than that, system seller for me. Again, not the greatest music. Well, no. Well, the thing is, you can hear the music. You can play the music in your car. Like, one of the greatest things, a lot of people are complaining about, like, oh, the car's on tracks. You can't go anywhere you want. You want to know something? The best, almost like one of the best things that I like about the game is that you can go around the car, just hold a button, and listen to sweet-ass, old-school Final Fantasy music. Just riding around the world in your car. I have done that so many times in this game. It is utterly relaxing just to do that. I love it. I love that just because you can do it. And you don't have to worry about driving too much. Like, you might have to go back and forth and kind of remember, like, go around the loop. But anyway, great game. And yeah, I'm very, very excited if they gave this engine that they created in this, which I'm really thinking they will. This engine that they have, fighting system, and they put it into the Final Fantasy VII remake, then Final Fantasy VII, I think, is going to be very, very, very great. And they played their cards right in this, and it really did pay off. Like, it is, maybe, it is not I wouldn't say it's a classic now, but I would probably say it might be a classic in the future. And after 13, the disaster of 13, and its legacy of questionable sequels, let's just say, even though I found 13-2 to be very okay, let's just say. And I haven't played 14, or The Realm Reborn. 15 was a breath of fresh air, basically. And it's good to see that Square is basically put their cards on the table and basically said, here we go. We're going to either make it or we're not going to make it. And it got good reviews, and it's great. That's all I can say. Great game. And then a few other ones that I got that I haven't played yet. But I got anyway because they were, like, Boxing Day, I kind of cleaned up a little bit. Just a smidge. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Another, which is interesting because most of them are Squaresoft. Or Squaresoft. Like, what am I, back in the 90s? I must be back in the 90s. Anyway. Other than probably Tales of Berseria, all of them are Square games. And this one is no exception because it is World of Final Fantasy. I haven't played it, so I can't really say, but I picked it up, and I hear okay things about it, so we'll get back onto that one. Other than that, we have... I might as well just go with the tradition of good old Square. Other than that, I picked up Star Ocean, the, what is it, Integrity and Faithfulness. I mainly got it because it's Star Ocean, and I like Star Ocean. Like, well, at least the second one. The third one, I liked about half of it. And then Last Hope I got into, but I kind of just left and played other things because it was something better at the time. I don't know. But this one, maybe, maybe not. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see. But it's one of those ones that are like, we'll see what it's like. And other than that, I got Type 0, Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. And I hear it's very different from other Final Fantasy games, so we'll see how that is. I'm not too sure. I picked it up for cheap, so I'm like, yeah, sweet, why not? And other than that, I picked this one up just because it was incredibly cheap, and I don't really know exactly what the thing, but it's I guess Knights of Azura, or Knights of Azura, and for some reason I picked it up for really cheap, and it apparently went up in price since then. So I'm not too sure what that is, but it's by obviously Koei Tecmo, which does the Dynasty Warriors games. So I'm not quite sure if it's going to be one of those games or if it's going to be another game. But anyway, I'm going to check it out, see how it is, and go from there. And yeah, that's about it. So that is my lineup of PS4 titles right there. And it's interesting because I don't recall having, like, in the PS3 launch, I don't recall having even like half of that within the first year of having a PS3. And PS4, that's why I'm feeling that the PS4 is going to be very similar to the PS2, where I'm going to be going into familiar territory yet different territory also. So that's about it, and I don't know. I guess I kind of want to do one of the actual ones, but the thing is, everyone except for maybe Knights of Azura, Azura, I'm not even know if I'm saying that right, are RPGs, and they would take a long time. I wouldn't mind doing Dragon Quest Builders, but I want to do a complete playthrough of it and find everything, and I've only kind of went through the game, and I'm kind of going through chapters again and again to see what is. Berseria I'm still going through, so I'm not too sure. And 10-2, I'm not, like, I don't really... 10 and 10-2, I don't really want to. Not right now. And 15, I want to save for a later time. So, maybe I'll do something of Dragon Quest Builders. Maybe? I don't know, we'll see. Other than that, I'm pretty much... I have a few others, but, again, I just came here to show off some PS4 titles I got over the Christmas festivity season, including Boxing Day for us Canadians up here. Yes, that's where I picked up most of these. And other than that, yeah. So, yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the future.